Hey, this is Christmas 2018. I was going to share my gift to myself this year. I found out the Fox 6644 was done in 1/16 scale, I believe. Yep. I found out at the end of summer these were made, and I've been looking for one ever since. Never saw one in person, but what few pictures are online, they just look like an amazing collectible I had to have for my collection. And TWH Models Collectibles did this one in 2012 Wisconsin Farm Technology Days, and I've been looking for one. They're scarce. They've only made, according to the tag, 1,000 of them. I found this one popped up on eBay. I've been searching and searching, and they're ridiculous on the price because they're so awesome, I guess. But eBay had a 15% off discount, and I maxed that thing out on this sale. But on the rare ones, you can't argue on price if you want one, if one comes available. Like the Case 2555 Cotton Express I keep looking for. I've found one a couple times, but I don't want to pay the price. But you don't really have that option when they're that rare. But it says here there's 220 parts. Movable spout. The spout does turn pretty good on this thing. Like I said, I've never seen this in person before it came today. I was worried about spending that much money. I've never spent that kind of money on any of my models. But I'm still sitting here staring at this thing a half hour after I opened it, and I think it was worth the money. The details there. TWH, I think, did the Vermeer tub grinder I have, and the trencher. Those are both really detailed models. I think they're not around anymore. They built really good stuff. But we'll swing over here and check this thing out. It's a little bit bigger than most of the combines, you know, they built. Were like 1/24th ish size. This is 1/16th, so you can see compared to like the 150 scale curb and gutter and the asphalt grinder and stuff in the background. It's pretty good size. I got a pretty good size hand, and it's pretty good size here. I don't really have anything laying around the kitchen other than that to size wise, but it's pretty good size model. I collect 1/16th farm all the way to the 1/64th farm and construction, so I collect all the models. So this will fit. I collect 1/16th, but it's a really cool model. The spout has pretty good moves pretty good. Can't really find the word I'm looking for, but it spins quite a bit for I guess if you want to do a display shooting on a barge wagon off to the side if you're not towing one. I haven't put the lights and I think the mirrors that it comes with on yet. I haven't taken the wrapper off yet. Really detailed. It's got the AC lines. There's a lot of detailed parts. These cogs here don't turn, I don't believe, but they're look to be rubber, and it definitely adds you know, the accents. Makes a detailed model. Down inside here you can see hydraulic lines going into the pump. All of the decals, you can see all the fine print just like the real one. You can see the printing on the decal on the side of the instrument panel in the cab. The cab's pretty detailed. You can you probably can't see on the phone there I'm recording with, but there's gauges inside of there. I don't know if I can try to show in there. I don't know if it's going to. Not really. You can kind of see there's a glare, but the you can kind of see some of them through the steering wheel there. You can see all the fine print on the graphics there, if the phone will focus. You can see the there's 1,000 built. Well, the light's on it. A little silver tag on the back there. There it goes. Shows you how many were built and what unit. A lot of lines for detail. You got that mesh on the back there with the little holes in it. Really adds detail. All the graphics with the fine detail are really cool. I don't know. It's a very expensive model just because so many people want them, I suppose. But me personally, ever since I saw it online, I just saw it one time. It was the only look I had to look at, to see it, to know that I wanted it. But I'm still staring at it 40 minutes later. How cool I think it is. So I don't regret buying it. And I say if you collect farm and you have any type of harvesters and the 1/16 scale, if you collect, if you can find one you can afford, I don't think you'd be far from disappointed with this model. I haven't seen anything TWH has built that has been a disappointment. Wish I had a space that didn't have all the stuff in the background to show it off a little better, but very cool model. I don't believe the head on the front goes up and down. There is 2 cylinders here with the spring, but I don't believe, unless I haven't had much time to play with it, look at it, but I don't think the head goes up and down. The hardest part I had on this was when I opened got the styrofoam sealed container out of the box. Was there's so many intricate parts on this, and some of them are plastic. It's taken me a long time over the years, but you got to be extremely delicate opening these. I'm a little bit on the rougher side. It's taken me a long time to learn that you got to be extremely careful, but it took me about 10 minutes to try to figure out how to lift this thing out of the box. That I didn't want to break it, because the cab, you go to lift under the cab here, and it seems to, it's not really secure there. I kind of grabbed down in here real gently like that, but even all these pieces here are real intricate and doesn't seem extremely firm. That and this electric motor here, this unit right here is very finicky. You can't grab on that. You couldn't quite necessarily grab the tire. But you got to be very delicate. There's so many pieces to this, but on the back here, you can lift by this frame here. Is a pretty good attach point to lift off of. But there's not much strong points to lift from on the front end here to try to get it out of the styrofoam box. You got to be extremely careful. But I have to clean some of my models out of the only glass case I have to put this one in. But just thought I'd share. This is a very, very cool model. There's a few pictures, not a lot of them on online. There might be a video. I didn't see one, but I just thought I'd share my 2 cents. Cool model. I've seen them go on some of the auctions anywhere from $450. The last auction I saw one at here this last fall, November. I think they said brought $950. I didn't pay nowhere near that, but I did pay quite a bit. I saw one on maybe Proxy Bid or something. That one I think went for $450 plus the auction premiums, and I don't know if taxes in on that or not, but they're not the cheapest model. I definitely didn't want to pay what I paid for on this one, but they're definitely, if you can find one in the several $100 range. But I'm pretty satisfied with the buy. It's a really cool model. I don't think you'll be disappointed if you find one. Like I said, on the rare models, if you find one for sale, you can't really fight the price much. It's either you want it or you don't. On the rare ones, you don't really have much leeway on the price on jewing them down. But that's my 2 cents anyways. Trying to show you guys earlier, there's nothing laying around but my hand, but this guy is that's to the tip, to the back bumper drawbars, or the spouts, roughly 16 inches. To the top of the roof is about 9 1/4. And on the width, cab sticks out a little bit more in that tire, but you're about just shy of 7 inches, 6 3/4 inches. Give you guys an idea of size-wise. You know, the combines, they always do in like 1/24th, but this would probably fit 1/16th collection a little bit better, than since the combines are always a little bit smaller. I'm assuming they did that because they would be a pretty big model. I did pick up a couple of the 1/16th scale combines that Tractor Supply carried a couple years ago at Christmas time, and I assume that's why they went 1/20th, 1/24th scale-ish, because the combines, the size they are, they just get so big if they do 1/16th scale, because the two that I bought that are 1/16th scale are so big you can't put them on a shelf. But anyways, I'd rate this Fox a 10 out of a 10.